start recording. Hello, everybody, and we can take a picture in a second. I am just so excited for you all. I can't believe this is our last month together. Where has the time freaking gone? I think we've got like 4 sessions left. So, or 3, it might 3 or 4. So I'm just really so honored to have coached you guys. If you're returning, we're gonna have a blast. If you are not returning, you're killing it already and it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for you guys. And like I was saying last week, the calls are shifting to be a little bit more active. So we're going to be doing a little bit more. I'm going to be coaching and sharing people's information. Like Demetria, I hope the outline last time was like really helpful. I would love to start doing more stuff like that because I think it's helpful for people to see me in your system. So we're going to start doing more of that. Like I mentioned last week a little bit, is that like I'm thinking about doing that certification that is really still up in the air. I'll be announcing it regardless of whether or not you're continuing on, either in October or January. There's going to be like, if I can get a lot of stuff pulled together within the next couple of weeks, it might be for the next round starting in November. If I cannot get a lot of stuff figured out in the next couple of weeks, then I will be announcing that in January, which is also totally fine. Otherwise, I think it's it. Doing a quick pick of my favorite humans. This is like truly my favorite time of the week. I hope that you guys feel the same. And then we shall get started. Awesome. I hope I don't look like a crazy person. No, I look okay. I was like, also, Demetria, you look amazing. Maria, your Maria phone is also amazing. And I want to hear, Maria, I know that you have to leave. So I would love to hear if you need any coaching to start. We can start with you. And then just because you mentioned that in the chat, and then Demetria, we can go to you. If not, also, we were out of town for the weekend, so Jackson and the cats are probably going to be quite obnoxious this morning. So you know, there's going to be very prevalent in the background. Again, I can't close this door. It's like a push door, and he knows how to open it. So maybe I'll have that figured out by next round. Or you can just enjoy the puppers, which is actually very fun. Maria, do you have anything you want coaching on, or are you feeling complete? Okay. Figuring out her mic. Also, like in the meantime, like anyone for these last, I was like, let me just double check. We got a call today, the 12th, the 19th, and the 26th. Okay, so we've got this is one of 4 more. If you want me to look over like your marketing calendar, if you want me to look over like literally anything, just send it to me and we can talk through it all. Even like posts and stuff. I feel like if you can hear the way I think about writing posts and things like that, I think it could be just really helpful to get me in your brain for the next 3 sessions. I'm going to ask you to unmute, Maria, and let's see if that helps. Oh, hello. You are unmuted on my end. Demetria, you can't hear her, right? Okay. Hello. If you're on your phone, what you have to do sometimes is you have to click which mic to use, and then you might need to choose your phone mic if you're listening with your AirPods. Sometimes I found that my older AirPods didn't work for talking, so you might need to just put us on speaker. You could have it so like you can listen to us in your ears and talk using your speaker. Give it another minute or so to get that figured out. Demetria, if there's something else that you would like to like just put in the chat for us to like look at, if they or like get me thinking while we're technical difficulty.
Okay, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Perfect.
Okay, I think I just had to that you could still hear me now.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Good times. Um, sorry about that. I thank you for like all the reminders. That's helpful for me as I'm like I feel like I'm catching up a little bit. Um, just as like I was just thinking, I'm just saying it out loud so that I remember to do it, and I'm gonna make a note. I want to send you actually my webinar
Okay.
slides and like maybe talk through I mean, it would be like fun to see like obviously like it's a little bit different to read the deck compared to like hearing the presentation. Um but I'm like curious about your thoughts on like just the general flow, and then if it's like even just skimming the deck, if it's like wow, there feels like a total gap or like a hole in anything. And then I was also the thing I really kind of want to talk about is the end, like the sales portion. And I felt really good about it. And I definitely set myself up way better than I ever have in previous presentations or anything like that to just like sell in a way that felt really natural and like um that was like sharing about my program that didn't feel like super like maybe desperate, I guess, or like super what usually feels salesy. um but I would love your eyes on that and just kind of get your thoughts. Like I basically followed the format that we have in this program. Um,
Can you put it in the, are you gonna share the slides in the group or are you gonna share it here?
where's easy? Well, and we don't. I'm not. Can I share it after this call? I'm not. I'm probably.
Yep.
Where's best for you?
The classroom would be perfect.
Okay, cool.
But in the meantime, I feel like that is something that is probably the most difficult piece of a webinar. It's like we're all really good at sharing information, some oversharing, but like I would rather the difficult piece is actually sharing about like your business. And actually, I think Demetria, I'm not even sure if we talked through that last week, but like I think that's really helpful. Now, with you, you have this recording of the webinar, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've learned, and again, a lot of the stuff that I teach you shifts as I learn things. So just so you know, that's like I want to make sure I'm updating you in real time instead of like being like, this is what I used to do, and now this is my reasoning behind it. One of the things that I've realized within marketing is that we want to have lots of, like we talked about the funnel, I think last week or a couple weeks ago, where we want to have a lot of ways for people to opt into us. Then we want to have a smaller subset to kind of like group our people in. And then we want to have a very small option for one thing for them to buy so that we are like, it's like we go from a lot to a little. A lot of people, when they first start out, that's why the one offer I think is a helpful like idea. So instead of being like, oh, I really like, I only post on Instagram, and then like you could do a bunch of different things with me to get to know me, and then I've got 6 different offers. It's the proportion of people. It's like if you think about it like a graph, it's like the majority of the people are at the top that are just opting into you, and then we want to have like it'll decrease as the time goes on. So within that strategy of creating a funnel for your business, what we want to do is create a way for people to opt in that you can have their information for the longest amount of time. My suggestion that I've learned is that like actually creating, and something that I'm adding to the next round is talking about the importance of having an email list, because of my experiences during this round when I was kicked off of social media for 2 rounds or for 2 months ish. So it's really like having that email list is actually like way more important than I realized initially when I was first teaching our content. And when you have the email list, that gives you a like if you think about like other marketing on social media, right? There is people only see 13% of what you post is seen by people who are even following you very closely. Like even for
Mhm.
me, I I specifically made sure that when we started at the beginning, I was liking all of your stuff and following it. Even then, I don't see some of the stuff that you guys post. And from that, people need, it's like something like 18 times of, this is just data that I got from Claire. She does Facebook ads. So Claire Pelletro, if you guys want to like look into her, Pellet, I think that's how you spell her last name. But just so that you know, my reasoning has shifted because I didn't know this information. But it takes someone to see 18 times one single offer for them to opt in. And so we want to increase the amount of times that they're seeing one offer. So like if you were to like have a group and a this and that, if it just decreases the amount of people who are working for your funnel. And so within that, this webinar, if you already have it as a recording, one of the things that I would recommend is using it as a freebie. Like I was talking with Demetria about like having that freebie in this little like corner. So like that's like my testimonial template is a freebie. Like, hey, if you want this freebie, put your email here and I'll send you my recording of this webinar that I've already done. So you've already done it. Like this is something you could implement like even this week and then just build your audience. Like it, not that it's gone away when you were gone, but just like as a way to like reinvigorate people. And it's something that I would send out to your email list potentially this week as like, hey, I just like, I'm sure it's been a crazy summer for you guys. What was the name of the webinar again?
It was win-win delegating for managers.
Perfect. Do you have an email list right now?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. Did you send this out to everyone on your email list previously?
I haven't. Yeah, like I was, as I was marketing the webinar, I was basically like saying, come live, like here's the date. And if you can't make it live, still sign up and you'll get the recording and the materials.
Yep.
Because there was like a corresponding worksheet that I created for it so that, and so anyone who signed up, so like even if you came live, you still got the recording. Like I figured out the tech so that if you signed up, it was like all those names were filtered into like a specific list in my email group. And those like if you signed up, you got the webinar.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, like, I think it might be a really good idea to just send it to everyone.
I think just to hype up your list again, I think that would be a really good idea. Because think about like we want to give the people the least amount of options, like the least amount of whatchamacallits. The least, we want to give them the easiest way for them to sign up to work with you. And for you, it's like what I did, you can do things that are not linked here. So like for me, I was like the Make Your Marketing Formula. This is a 5-day training that I did. That is a bonus for people who sign up for a consult with me. It's loading for a second, but it won't be linked to your website. And even if you don't even have a website, this goes for anybody, but you could have a like it's like these are the videos. So it's like it's on a separate page that's not linked. Here are the slides, and then they've got the printable PDF and the editable Google document here to follow along for like step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. So this is like this is
there a reason that you didn't connect it to your website?
Because I don't want people to just get this for free. I want people to pay me to see this.
Or like, sorry, that's like a paid wall. Okay.
Yeah, girl. It's not even a paid wall. It's just a page that I can send people if they sign up for a consult with me.
Oh, okay, got it.
So, but you don't need, this is not for you, but like I would say that like only people like you might have done other like webinars, like this is my annual plan webinar. I have this published. I've got my simple social media systems, conversion 101. I've got all of these things published so people can see like some free stuff. And you could just have this on your website. Like you could have these pages linked for everyone to see. However, you can make it like a mention in your freebie and being like, hey, like Demetria, I know you've done like you've done webinars in the past. You did some with the divas. Link those to your website. Be like, this is examples of what I do. And what I would also like to offer you is like, if you meet with me, I'll do like this sort of if you sign up for a consult, I will send you this workshop that's special, something different, a bonus of some sort. Does that make sense?
Yeah, having like a bonus.
Yeah. Have you
Or
done
like what if I do like another webinar, I could maybe that could be my bonus. Like I'm hoping to do another webinar in like the next couple of months.
yeah
And
before?
although that bonus you have is like, not that it matters. That bonus was like multiple videos.
So
It
here's
was
the
like
thing.
running them through a whole process.
What I learned, fun fact, is that it's actually best, but I still think just use what you have, but it's best to have a template as the first freebie and then the rest of the freebie. So it's like just for everybody, like just like a template, checklist, free quiz, like something that you could even use ChatGPT for or something like that. It's like you could do like something that you feel like people would feel valuable that was free, self-explanatory, maybe something that you've even had on a post in the past. That's a really good freebie because it's like 0 effort. And then like I have people go through like I would just say that like having a freebie like something like that is great, or just one video webinar, because this was the reason why it's a freebie for my people is I got feedback that this is too much. They're like, this is a lot for someone to get, and that's like 5 hours of their time. That was like, that's a big ask. So
It
I
almost feels like, yeah, they can't even, they're like less likely to even like engage with it.
yeah, I learned. I was like, oh,
Isn't it funny? Like sometimes less is more. So when you say template, are you talking about like like you pulled up like a social media post? Is that what you mean by a template?
So my template, it looks like this in Flowdesk. Now you guys all have different email systems. I'm obviously like not I'm not a person who's trying to sponsor anything, but this is the first email in a whole sequence. For you guys, I think I may even gone to, like, I don't even know if I should have done an email sequence this soon. That's why I'm saying that, like, I would just have one email that automatically, so I'm like talking a lot, saying a lot of things at once. Okay. So we want to get people onto our email list. We want to send them consistent emails because then they learn to like trust you on that platform. And it's the only thing that actually guarantees, unless it gets to spam, that they will actually see you and your information. Again, this is something I'm learning. So it's like, it's not something I taught you guys in this round. So sorry, but I want to update you as soon as I learn it. So what you can do is that when this is what it looks like on Flowdesk. It will look different for every email subscriber thing, like the forms, but like there's a form that says grab the testimonial template. This is at the bottom of my website. This is my pop-up. So when we want a way for people to like, and so it's like this one, I just included this link to my Instagram link tree, and people can just sign up for the link tree there, or sign up for the mastermind, the template there. They can also get the template here. They can also get the template here. This is like my website footer, new subscribers. These are all the places where they can opt in. I think even on your email list, I think even on your email, where it says marketing, like even if you just use Squarespace, they have email campaigns. So like you can create and just be like subscriber activity, customer activity, like a thank you email, and being like, hey, like, it's like this is an email that you could send people through Squarespace. You could also like announce a sale, like all these different things. And what you do is for like you need to like create one of these. And then if you have a website through Squarespace or whoever you have it from, you can put like a pop-up, like if I were to create on this page, here is this join the wait list thing. This is something that is through Squarespace. And then I have to send them a separate email to make sure that they get what comes, they get, if they sign up here, they are going to get, sorry, this is like a lot of like technical stuff. If this is helpful, I hope this is helpful. But like what happens is if someone signs up for my mastermind on my website or on my Instagram, they automatically get this email that says, thank you so much for joining. I prioritize people so they get early access to the modules. You can book your call here. Also, here's more about my website. Here's my, I'm doing an interest webinar. So that is what comes to anybody who signs up for my email list. They get that. What I'm saying is that anyone who signs up on your website for, it's like that they sign up for your email list, instead of just being like, join my email list, be like, get the delegation webinar, here. And then they can see the delegation webinar. Yep. I after you have to like switch it, but you will only have one automation. So you'll only have one nurture sequence, but yeah, that would be what I would do. Now, because my business is at a different stage and I'm scaling to a different part of my business now, I'm going from 6 to 7 figures. I have a whole sequence. So like they get this email and they get 7 emails afterwards. And like you can delay it, but I would not recommend that for you guys. I would just be like, give them one email that once they join your list, they get an email automatically. And then with your free webinar. So it's like, get this to start and then go from there. How does that make sense?
It totally makes sense.
Yeah, because then you're able to like keep their emails and you'll nurture them from there. It's like thinking about like, it's like, oh, then they'll get an email from you every week or every other week or whatever you want to do.
Yeah. That's really helpful. Thank you so much. Actually, I'm gonna keep listening, but pass it to Demetria because I have to get in the car and it's like kind of hard to look at things while I'm,
Absolutely.
Okay. That was awesome. That's like such a great idea. And I will send you the actual like slides too. And I don't know how you want to do, like, I'm going to set up our one-on-one call.
Okay.
But I'm thinking that's like a different conversation than like talking about this. So do you just like write notes back?
I'll write notes back. I'll put it in the comments and I can put it in there. And with the slides itself, we can also pull it up. And like, if there's anything that I'm like, this is a really big discussion, are you coming next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay. So then anything that's like, I'm like, oh, we could switch this around, I'll add that. And then for you, then you can just put this on your website once we look over the slides, and you can use the old video. I don't think that very many people look at the video. It's just more so to build excitement and get people on that email list. It's like, oh, it's like one of those things that like people will be like, oh, cool, I'm getting this delegation spreadsheet, but it's more so to build your email list.
Amazing.
Okay, awesome.
Thank you.
For everybody. Great. And again, I'm sorry I didn't teach this initially. This is literally something I've learned within the past like 2 weeks. And I'm like, great, you guys get real-time learning. But yeah, so I would say one email, that's it. And seems pretty good. Look at my crazy schedule. Okay. Demetria, start off with a win and then let's get going.
Okay, a win. I sold another planner. Somebody purchased a planner.
Nice.
I don't know who because um if they go through the website, it's private, like they don't share that information. But that's okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's exciting. Hey, so I was talking about the automation. I thought you clicked on something in Squarespace. So
Yeah.
if you click on an email in Squarespace to edit it, you have to make sure you reactivate the automation. That's what happened to me with my freebie thing. So
Gotcha,
just
gotcha.
check that.
So what I did is I paused. So my automations, because I
Okay.
did not know this. Oh, you're right. I need to publish this one. So yeah, to Maria, the
Okay.
thing that's funky is you'll see where it says publish and pause. Sadly, because I did not know that I should be creating I wish I had everything all on Squarespace, but because I pay for Flowdesk once a month and that's where all my old subscribers are,
Mhm.
I have to, and it's a pain in the ass, I'll tell you that. It's like literally it's like I have had to learn how to code, and I'm like I have to like code a separate thing. And I just realized when I was talking with you guys, what I'm gonna do right after this call is that when I had to join the mastermind before, is like I needed to, it's like register here. Do you see how this is probably it? Yeah, this get the workshop, this jazzy thing.
Mhm.
This is a reintegration from Flowdesk where it says get the workshop here. If I click edit, you see how it says embedded scripts? I literally had to code this in. It's a mess. So
Wow.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would not recommend it to anyone. If you just do it with Squarespace, it all is integrated. I just didn't know to do that. And I just realized that my master, like if anyone signs up here, it goes to Squarespace, not to Flowdesk. So I already screwed that up. So I'll fix that after this call.
It's a learning process and just things that you didn't know. Like I had no idea that I went in, I guess, to edit that email and
Yeah, just
it pauses, and then I didn't go back and activate it. And so nobody was getting an email, but that's okay. It's fixed now. So I do want to talk. So that's part of what I want to talk about. So the other day, my message to you in
in the classroom.
in Instagram, that I was like, so it's not so much that I'm going to stop my pillars or change everything, is that I want to focus more on I think goals, and like what goal do you have, what's left unfinished, or what do you want to start, what have you always wanted to do but you haven't done it. I like that more, because here's the thing, like I like my 4 pillars, but I don't feel like the most fashionable person. So like with talking about fashion and like self-image, yes, I want to talk about that. Curating your space, I can talk about that. But like, so confidence, yes.
But it's funny that you said that. When we were talking through this, when were we talking through this? But I was thinking that this would be a good focus for you too. Whenever I pulled this up a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I feel like that's just funny that you said that. So I'm so with you. I think it's a great.
Yeah. So I don't want to like burn everything down and shift it, but I just want to talk more about goals. So I may change like the background stuff later on, but I want to talk about what you want to do and how you want to get there. So with that, I want to change my freebie.
Okay.
Because right now my free offer is make room for what you love. It's a checklist of things to get rid of, which I think is good. I like it. But I want to talk more about like setting a goal and all the steps. So I had a very long and involved free offer, like you were mentioning with your thing. It was called, I have it pulled up. I don't know how I should, if I share it, it's a PDF.
Okay, if you want to put it in the chat, or you can share your screen.
Okay, I'll share my screen. That may be the
easiest
way. So share my screen.
And I don't know if you guys like this for the calls, like having like the more but I like this more interaction. I'm like, because I think it's like it's so helpful to like have me typing, but I'm like, this is fun. Okay.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
so here's a funny thing. So Project U is what and I rename things. Corinne is doing like a special weight loss program, and her weight loss thing is called Project U. I was like, wait, what? But I don't use this name anymore. So I would obviously change this.
Yeah.
But it was also, I think, a little bit too long because it was
Yeah.
like all the steps.
Yeah. Mhm.
So I want my freebie to be, I think, the first step of this, so this is goes through, you can kind of read that. It talks about, do you have a vision for your life? And that's the first step. So the first step is the vision.
Okay.
And I have the wheel of life in there, which I can leave in there because I do still use it. It's in my planner now. And then after they go through the wheel, they can ask themselves, what is one thing that I want to work on that will make a difference? So that first part could be the freebie, and then the rest of it could be signing up with me to go through the rest of the steps, because I think there are 6 steps, 5 steps.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. And I was afraid that you were going to have them go through every reel. And I'm so glad this is perfect. It's like one question, one simple thing, being like, okay, this is all the things I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay. So go up again.
So to here or to the wheel of life?
Sorry, the wheel of life again. I want to see this.
Okay.
Okay.
So I have the wheel of life, and then this is where they go through and do the actual assessment, like their numbers or whatever. But this is the wheel. And I might need to update this a little bit because I think the one in my planner is, well, I know the one in my planner is a little bit different. It has other stuff.
Yeah, I think that this is perfect. So Maria, so you can just hear this, or like, it's like, go back and watch this, because this is something that would be so much, like, this is very clear. It's very concise. It is like a quick thing that somebody could do. And what we want to do is we want to create a mini win for them. So we want to feel like they are better because they did this, that their life is better because of this, that they understand where they're going in some direction because of this. I think this is a great freebie. I think this is a great way to add that. Now, for them, Maria, for them, and this goes for everybody, like it's not just like having like something like goal setting. For them, like even just learning about delegation is a huge big win. But I would say for you, having like this, what do you want their thoughts to be? Like as they're doing this, what do you want how do you want them to shift because they're doing this?
I want them to focus in on one thing that they want to work on, because I think in their life, while they're, sitting on the couch, like all the things, they think everything needs to change. They want to do all the things, but I want them to find one thing that they can focus on and work on that will make a difference in their life.
Yeah. With focus on to make a difference. Okay.
Mhm.
So we want them, when they see this checklist, when they're like, can you go? I was like, hold on. Yeah, I was taking notes. Let me see that last page again. Blueprint.
Okay.
I can only work on everything involved. Okay, so this slide, I want to like work on the wording here, because we want to like they're choosing an area.
Mhm.
And like, I want them, can you scroll back up to the wheel again? I'm trying to think about like one way that they could feel a little win right there. Like, what's one thing that they could do, like to be like, oh, it's like even just identifying the goal and being like, what do you want their little win to be? Do you want, like, it's like, do you want their little win to be like, and not just, but like, do we want to be like, oh, I identify that my life can grow? Do you want to be like, I want to inspire them to be like, all of these are fixable, and like, so tell me, what do you want their little win to be?
Um, I think I want it to be that I think I want it to be that they have something to grab onto. Like I can like fix my money thing and I'm gonna work on this, like something to focus on. But
Uh-huh.
like they haven't, because all this stuff is swirling in their head. They're like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. Like
Uh-huh.
they have a path.
Uh-huh. Have a path. Okay, perfect. So then I want you to go from there, and I want you to be like, okay, what it's like, okay, so if they really want a path, it's like, what if we could do this? Like, it's like to just like think of like something to make it like catchier, being like your 7-day revamp, like so like something like that they could like implement this week, and then like because these are all really big areas,
Mhm.
like the 24-hour change. Like I remember Andrea was talking about how she had like she was like it took 5 minutes a day, and she's like 5 minutes a day is all it took for me to change like my weight loss. So these are all things that are needing like an elaborate plan. And I
Right.
think we could shift this wheel of life to being like something that like it's like these are the macro goals, almost like when I have like it's like micro goals are the way that you get those macro goals. So it's like if you want to have like a better like weight, what's one thing? It's like what's one thing that you could shift in the next week to work on your weight, and showing them like you see what I mean? Like it's like a little fast win. Like you can shift this today, and like you're choosing this today. And just by working on that one thing, it can shift.
Right. So then do I just have them decide on the big macro category and then think about the one thing that they can shift? Because
Yeah, I would say that like so go back down to the where they rank it. It's like because we want to give them a win. So it's like being like, okay, it's like it's something that's like this week I will work. It's like I will work on this. Now I'm picturing people who like really do want to change their lives. Like, so it's like thinking about people who really want to change their lives. They really want to curate their life, and they really want to make sure that they are creating something. Like they're like, it's like I want you to like finish the year, and I want you to know that your year got like a percentage better because you did this. And it's like the way that you do that is you've got, and I would maybe just have like the macro goals, like go back up to that one. I would have like, how do you deal with stress? It's like the 5 minute shift. Like it's like something that you could figure out for each of these categories. Like it's like a 5 minute walk, like a, a weekly eval for the time. For money, it's like $5 a day. It's like putting away a dollar a day. Like it's like these are things that I work with my clients. Like it's like I help them to do all these things, but this is like something you could do today. It's like what is something that you can do today to move yourself forward? Give them some examples, and I think that'll be really helpful. What do you think about that?
yeah, and maybe that's why I mean, I had a couple of people download it, but not a lot. And I don't know if it was too much.
Yeah,
And
this is
obviously we're
definitely,
not even going down into like
yeah, I
the
was like,
other
this
steps.
is probably too much. I'm trying to make it even like focus on one area. Because like I want their next step to be working with you. So right
Right.
now, what I realized is that when have done teaching is like, and even like, so I hired fun fact, I hired a social media person last week, and that is why like things have been a little crazy. She's amazing. But within this, she was like, you're teaching so much. Like, she's like, can I help you pare it down? So I'm like trying to help you like be like, okay, what would be the next logical step is to work with you. It's like, what can we do to be like, instead of being like, okay, because I feel like if I were to read this, it'd be like, okay, I feel like the next area, it's like, what's the it's like if they commit, it's like, I will work on my relationships. It's like, then their next step might be to work on their relationships. And I want their next step to work with you.
Right.
Like for me, it's like so it's like the testimonial template. I'm like, this helped my conversion rate. I want them to get testimonials, but I also want them to work with me. So then I also have them do like a business audit later on in the sequence. So it's like, you're almost having them do a life audit, and it's like, be like, what's one habit you could add today? By the way, it's like, I work with clients for 90 days to like change their life from the inside out, and all in these categories and so much more. Work with me. So maybe it's just like keeping the same thing. It's like one of the things, it's like, choose one thing and start working on this, and like make it like, it's like just the intention of having that, and then decide like, because we don't want to give them like a to-do list, but we also want to like, because it's like, if I were to look at this right now, my thoughts would be like, oh, okay, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do with my life. It's like, and it's like, how can it's like the slide into overwhelm. It's like, focus on one area and a micro goal you want to achieve, and keep working on it, and give them like a benchmark, and be like, it's like the 7-day shift. And right now you could actually check back in on them in 7 days, like personally. Later,
Right.
we'll be able to do this. It'll have to be an automated thing. Being like, what's your goal? So, and like within that first email, be like, I want to know your 7-day goal. Like, send me a message with what it is, and I'll like talk you through it. Do you see how that creates more interaction? It creates more connection. You know what their goals are. And then you're also like, by the way, if you want help in all these areas, that's what I do with my clients. If you want to sign up for a consult, work with me here. Oh, the other thing, Maria, that I wanted to show you before you go, and if you need to watch this later, you can, but there's a way, I'm just going to share my screen really quick, Demetria, and then we'll go back to sharing your screen. Is that now anytime anyone does a form for my like business, instead of them, so I do like, this is just, instead of them being like success, I actually redirect them to book a call with me. So you can actually make it so that like, it's like, if you're ready to organize your business now, let's do that.
Oh, nice.
So you can, that's, I think, helpful for everybody. But I want you to keep sharing your screen. I assume Maria had to leave like now.
Okay. So yeah, and like, I don't want to be all over the place, but the other thing I have is, because I've had several freebies. One is just like creating the vision, and it kind of walks them through creating the vision. Because I feel like that's where they are sometimes lacking. Like, they don't even have the vision for what they want. And that's
okay. I would say maybe that's a better freebie, because the only reason, here's my reasoning behind it. If vision is like very little effort, and you could be like, what's your 90-day vision? Can you share that 90-day vision with me? Where do you want to be 90 days from now? Where do you want to be like looking back on your life when you're 90? Like, that could be like, you could be like 90 days, it's like 90 year of life. Like, you like have them zoom it out and be like something like that, because this is like, and then what you can do is you can, whatchamacallit, this is, you can that one, the Wheel of Life one, you can give
Mhm.
to people if they book a consult with you.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, so this is the, and I can rework this really easily, but this is the Dream It, Plan It, Live
Yeah.
It.
I love it. Well, this is almost like the envision. Oh, I've got goosebumps. I love it.
And it has a page for,
Yep.
actually, it says several pages. Well, look at that.
I would say that like maybe leaving that out, the daily thing, unless your people want this.
Okay. So take this out.
Maybe
That's one
that's
of my first planners.
like sign up for it's like sign up for a consult and I'll send you the this thing that goes along with it.
Planner pages.
Yep.
Okay.
Because you want
So,
people, planners, you want people who are writing stuff down. You want that's like your ideal client.
all right.
So I like this a lot though.
Okay. So I'll change this to 90 days, like a 90-day thing.
Yeah. And I would be like, because that's like when you want to work with them is 90 days, right?
Mhm.
It's like in May instead of 90 years, you could be like, it's like 3 months and then 3 years. Like, so you could play with those two timelines. So you could be
Okay.
like, it's like, if you want to think about who you want to be 3 months from now, it starts with thinking about who you want to be 3 years from now. Like, do you see that? Do you see how compelling
Yeah.
that is? Like, oh
Well,
yeah.
the other way around, right? If who you want to be 3 years from now, we need to start
Start-
thinking about who you want to be in the next 3 months, like, and build on that.
Yep. So you can even keep the wording and be like, yeah, it's like who you want to be 3 years from now starts within the next 3 months. And then you can go in and be like, it's like have them do the 3 year vision
Mhm.
and be like, what? And then the next page, go down a little, be like, am I this my dream life? It's like 5 things that would need to happen to make that vision of you come true in the next 3 months. You see that? It's like just
Yes.
changing, like, it's like what would, and it be maybe keep it with the 3. So be like, list 3 things that would happen that you need to change within the next 3 months. It's like also if you want the intentions page, sign up for a consult. And it's like, or it's like, I want to help you build this 3 years from now version of you. It's like I found working with a coach changed my life for the past 3 years, and I would love to do the same for you. If you, it's like, I would love to book a call with you to make that vision come true. If like, it's like, here's a link. If not, totally fine. It's like, I will be sending you like bi-weekly motivation to get you, like, keep you going about this 3 year version of you.
Perfect.
But how does that feel? I was like, and like, okay, so I want you to think about what they would, it's like, what do we want them to be thinking as they, so this freebie, it will be like, we gotta come up with a fun name for it. What is it called right now?
Dream It, Plan It, Live It.
You're gonna play it, live it. I like it. I think it could be even better. I like the 3 steps to curating your dream life.
Yeah, that is good. Because that
Yeah.
okay.
The 3-step 3-year plan or something like that. It's like something like that. Or like, how long it's like, could they do this? I think that they could just like the 30-minute 3-year plan.
I think you could do it in 30 minutes.
I think so too. So what about like the either the 3-step 3-year plan or the 30-minute 3-year plan? Like, do you hear how compelling that is?
Mm-hmm.
I could make a 3-year plan in 30 minutes. How many of you have a 3-year plan? If the answer is you don't, give me 30 minutes of your time and I promise it will change the next 3 years of your life.
I love it.
right? Do you
The
feel
30-minute 3-year plan.
30-minute 3-year plan? It's only 3 steps and only 3 steps. And I guarantee it will change the way you view the rest of this year and years to come. And it will. This is the activity that changed my fucking life. This, like, I don't know a single person, because most of us, the thing that your people are lacking is intention. They're ambitious. They like to have goals and things like this, but
Mhm.
they're missing the intentionality between curating their dream life. That when I'm thinking of your dream person, that they are like, oh, I just like, it's like I really want to create something amazing for my life. And it's been a while since I've done it with intention. It's always been like default. It's like, okay, I'm making a plan because I like kind of have to move, or I have to, it's like promotions are coming up, or it's like we're setting our like annual goals with my boss. And it's never
Right.
been them. And it's like helping them take back, and this is like take back control of their life, but like take back their future
Yeah,
and do a whole
I love it.
is this fun?
Yes, I
Okay,
love it.
when they see the 30-minute 3-year plan, what do you want? It's like, what do you want them to be thinking? I need this.
Yeah, I need this. Like, this is what I've been looking for. This may be the answer that I need because I don't have a plan. And yeah,
Okay.
the
And
30-minute 3-year plan.
how badass is that?
I love it.
What do you want? Okay, so what do you want them to be feeling as they see it? Like,
I want them to be excited and inspired.
those were literally the words I wrote down. I'm not even kidding. Like, before you said that, I'm like, yes, that is what we want them to see. And so if we know that that's the emotions, it's like that's what I want you to be speaking to in your marketing. And so I
Mhm.
want you to be like, and you can think about like with this freebie, I want you to almost launch it like you would do a webinar. So I want you to, and I don't know if you already have your marketing done for the next couple weeks, but I think that if you want to save that stuff and maybe shift it, not this week, obviously, like we're going to be a mastermind, but
Mhm.
what I would do is I would shift it to be like, and we can take a look at your marketing calendar if you've got it. Um, so we can change what you're talking about to be about this.
Okay. Well, because I was talking about this week and next week, the webinar on the 13th.
That's
And
right.
since I've already
Ooh, yeah.
since I've already publicized that, I want to keep going with that. But after that, I was going to do a journaling challenge.
And
But
do
I
that.
think it'll be this. Yes.
Yep. And then so it's like your September freebie. It's like the September value is this badass webinar. And then the October will be the 30-minute 3-year plan.
Yes.
3-year plan. And like just okay, so when you're hearing this, I know you were like, I don't think I'm gonna shift my pillars. But I think we could really quickly because I think you know a little bit more about your person now. Would you be open to that? Or do you want to like, I was like,
Totally
I
open
was
to
like,
that.
it's not 50 minutes. Let's like take advantage.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want me to stop sharing? I'm totally open to that.
Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Because I just I feel where's my stop sharing? Here it is.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. I feel I'm okay talking about them, but especially like curate your home like that. I'm just like, y'all have too much stuff, but that's a whole nother thing. Like, I feel like not everybody wants to hear that. You know what I mean? And I could cast a wider net and help people with more stuff if I'm asking them what they want to work on. Like, what is your thing that you need to work on?
Exactly. And I think that like for you, it seems like this is something that like is exciting for you. Not that we should go based on excitement, like that's not necessarily how we want to start our things. But I do think that like if you are thinking about like this, like, and it does make you feel like you're like, oh, it's like I'm a goal coach. I think that's a great way. And you're a goal achievement coach.
Mhm.
How does that feel?
I love it.
And like I think that that's what you've been wanting to do because you keep talking about like, and not like there are some people, like I just talked to someone this morning that like they love general, they want to be a general coach, it's like their thing, love that for them. And I think that for you being able to be like, I'm a goal achievement coach, I think it's going to be like when you're at the networking events and things like that, like some people are like, I'm a life coach and it lights them up. I think something like this can help you.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, so let's talk through it. Go as a goal achievement coach. Why do they need you?
Um, so I think it's different people. Some people are just lost and
Okay.
they don't know what they want to do. Like they don't know what they're passionate about. They don't know, they haven't defined their dream.
Hmm. Who's the other person?
The other person, um, the other person knows what they want to do, but they don't know where to start, or they don't really, and then there's a person who doesn't believe that they can do it.
Okay.
I
You know, it's
think
really
those are I think those are the ones, like the ones who don't know, they're just lost. The ones who know but don't know where to start, like they're overwhelmed, and the ones who don't believe it.
okay. So, and you know what is really cool? I wonder, you've been doing this like future self work, like religiously. I wonder if this is coming because you're seeing your future self a little bit more. And it's like if you see your future self, is she she's a goal setting coach? I think she is a goal accomplishment.
Yes. Yeah.
Total shift. Like, so it's like so cool. Okay. So within that, what if they're the same? What if we are speaking to all these people, but they could all use this at different pages, different stages? So it's like these are like
Yes.
3 separate problems. You see what I'm saying? It's like they are 3 separate problems. So it's like this is confidence, this is planning, this is direction. All of them need all 3 of these things. Oh, can you
I'm
hear me?
sorry. I just switched. I think my things died.
Oh, I heard it. Yep.
Moment.
Take your time.
And now I lost you. Wait, come back.
I'm
Okay,
here.
hold on.
I'm here.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you just fine. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay. Can you
My
see my screen and stuff? I was like, sometimes it can get wonky.
No, I can see it.
Well, what do you think about this?
Direction, planning, confidence. I love it so much.
Right?
I
I'm
love
like,
it.
this is huge.
I love it.
I'm so excited. Okay. And what if we could even go 3 pillars? Some others might come up. So we'll like leave this as a blank. Okay. So
Okay.
it's like this is, they haven't defined their dream. I think this could apply for the person that even like knows their dream, but they don't know where to start. They need to define it even more clearly. So like there are the people that don't know, and there are people that need to define it a little bit more, but there's the same person, they're lacking direction, right?
Right.
So it's like this is where it's like if you were to be like, okay, hi, I'm Demetria. It's so nice to meet you. I know that you're on this call to talk about goal achievement, and I know that you want to change your life within the next 90 days. Here are the things that I help you with. I help you find your direction, I help you plan it out, and I help you build confidence to make that happen. So we're going to talk about each of these pillars, and I'm going to take you where you are now and where do you want to go? And they're like, sheesh, I would love that. So be like, where are you with your direction? It's like, do you have a direction for your dream right now? You're gonna get both these answers. You're gonna get like the define their dream. Having like if you were on a consult with some of these people who you now can see a little bit more clearly, like they are wanting to change something in their life for the next 90 days, what would they say? For like, if you're like, where's your direction? Like, do you feel like you have a direction? One being like, I have no idea what I want to do. 10 being like, I know exactly what I want to do. What would you rank it and why?
They'd probably be like a 3.
And why? What would they say?
Um,
This, right?
yeah, like they don't know, or maybe they've tried different things and that's not it. You know, like they've tried things and they haven't hit on what they're passionate about or what they love, what they're good at.
Hmm. About what they're good at. Okay. So it's like they're like, okay. So it's like, and I want you to ask them, think about what when you're on the call with them and you're asking them, you're like, okay, where do you want to be 3 months from now? 90 days. I want your life to be curated and unrecognizable. Where do you want to be 90 days? What would they say?
I would think that they'd want to have made some progress, like have a goal and have made some progress toward it.
Mhm. Yes, toward it. Perfect. Okay. So when we think about the process to find their direction, it's like we want to make sure that it's direction. It's like, and I think that the word defining could be helpful. So it's like defining direction, or like, what's another word for direction? We'll change it.
Process.
Process. Perfect. Or I would say like, it's like, yeah, process works. I think so. I think it's like, what did I do? It's like, this is like system, method, plan, blueprint, protocol. It's like process, it seems open-ended versus I want to come up with something that's like a little bit more like definitive. Oh, I lost your audio for a second. Sean, can you hear me okay?
I'm sorry, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. So it's I want it to be like their direction is defined. The process
The path, like their path.
their path. Well, so that's what I think this is gonna be. It's like this is gonna be like the path.
Okay.
So it's like we want it to be like it's like they got it's like they decision. Like it's like the direction decision. It's like the something like you see what I mean? Like it's like decision is more finite. It's like they will have it's like by the time they finish, like they absolutely, and you'll be like within like the first month, you're going to have a decision made so that we can continue to move forward. Like that's what I want to do for you as your coach. You will make a decision and we will move you forward in the direction of your dreams. Like something like that. Like you see where it's like finite. It's like it will
Right.
be decided. So then they're like, oh, if I work with Demetria, something will be decided by the end of the 3 months that we work together.
Right.
And so like what would that be? It's like I like the word decision, but I don't know what the rest of the words would be.
Definitive decision making.
Amazing. It's like definitive. It's like definitive. Oh my god. It's like I'm getting too excited. Decision making protocol. So then that's where we can add the word like protocol, process, things like that, where it's definitive. They're going to make a decision, but it's a protocol. And you'd be like, not only are you going to be able to make the decision for the next 90 days, but you're going to be able to apply this for every month going forward. It's a skill that you are going to learn, this protocol, so that you can make decisions quickly and change your and move in different directions more quickly. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, so from here, why I would say that's like their why. It's like they will have a clear direction for the next 90 days and know how to continuously find direction for years to come.
Right.
How does that sound?
That's awesome.
Like so badass, right?
Yes.
Okay, so then same with planning. Let's go with planning.
Yeah. They are all over the board.
Mhm.
They want to do it all. Yeah, they get overwhelmed
Uh-huh.
easily.
So where
And
they
they
go ahead.
they don't have the systems.
They don't have the systems, right?
Mhm.
Okay. So within this, where do they want to be 3 months from now?
They want it outlined. Like they want the outline, they want the clear steps.
I love both of these words. It's like the achievement steps, or it's like the outline, the something, it's like outline path, like all those words that you just used, I want to use here. I love both of them.
Yeah.
System, even like it's like maybe not achievement. I don't know. It's like, but like you see what I mean? It's like if we can give them, be like, by the
Mhm.
time you do have it, you already have it, Dimitri. I've seen it. So it's like that you know the process. It's like we just haven't been calling it something that's like this.
Right. So yeah,
Yeah.
it could just be the path to achievement.
Your path.
Your path to achievement. Yeah.
Amazing. So it's like, or it's like your achievement path, like something like that. It's like, do you see how it's like your achievement path? I feel
Mhm.
like creates it's like this is something, it's like I'm going to teach you your achievement path for the next 90 days, but you're going to know how to create your path and curate the way that you do things. It's like, so why is this important to them? They will know how to plan out their path for the next 90 days and know how to and have a system for how to create goals for the future. Or no, how to not create goals, to create a goal plan for any other goals in the future.
Yes.
Do you see how compelling that is? It's like, oh shit. And it's exactly what you've been doing, but it's just saying it in a jazzy way.
Right.
Okay, now what about confidence?
Um, yeah, they don't believe they can do it. So they have to, and that's going to be the mindset piece, right? Confidence is going to be where mindset comes in. Like they don't believe they can do it because they're looking at what they've done in the past. They have the self-doubt.
What would they say if like you were like to be on a consult with some of these people? If you're like rank your confidence on a scale of 1 to 10, what would they say?
Probably like a 4 because they don't know how to do it. They've never done anything like that. They've tried other things that have not worked.
Hmm. And so where did they, if you're like, where do you want to be with your confidence within being able to set goals in the next 90 days?
They want to believe that they want to have the self-belief and the self-trust.
Hmm. And I think this is what you're teaching them. It's like I don't know if they would say that. I don't know if like you would get on a call and be like, they'd be like, I want to have self-trust within the next 90 days.
True.
But what it's like, okay, so it's like we gotta think about like, so from their point of view, it's like they want to feel a little more secure that they can fill in the blanks. You see what I'm saying? It's like they want to feel, it's like I want to feel like a little bit more confident that and I would say that like it's more so about like it less about setting goals and like that their life is going in the direction that they want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I almost think of this is where you can take them even bigger picture and being like, what is your confident? It's like this is a direction and planning is in with like the next within the next like 3 months. However, I want to talk with you about like your confidence in your future. And or maybe it's like confidence is this way, and then we have like future planning here. Exactly. It's like and the reason why I say that is like if your freebie is a 3-year plan, they connect it to here, right? So it's like maybe so it's like confidence, it's like direction planning confidence is like within the next like um um it's just we already used the word, it's like I want to use the word like plan, but you already use plan and direction. So it's like this is where it's like you want to bring it out a little bit bigger. So it's like, okay, so for this one, let's fill this out and then like be thinking about this. Like they haven't, it's like that they can actually set a goal for themselves and make it happen.
Yeah. They want to believe in themselves.
Yeah, I think that they do. It's like I think that they maybe they wouldn't say that like it's like would they say that they want to believe in themselves? Maybe.
Maybe. I think it would be a lot of, there'd probably be a lot of, I just don't know. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know how.
Oh, so they want to know the how. So it's like I don't know how to set goals like outside of work or something like that. It's like to set goals within my life. And it's like it's like they want to know how to set and accomplish goals in life. It's like and it's like this is like the path that how we know that they need to believe in themselves, that we know their confidence here. But if you were to ask them about their confidence, they'd be like, it's like Dimitri, it's like we set quarterly goals. Like I've done goals before. Like if I have like a race or something, if I'm running something, it's like I've got a goal. If we're moving, I have to get it done. But I don't know how to set my goals in my life. It's like, oh, I will build and by building their confidence in the how, that
Right.
they actually build the confidence in who they are,
And they might also have that, well, I'm not that kind of person. They might not feel like they're the person to do the big thing.
Uh-huh. And so it's like,
Or that
well,
I don't have what it takes.
and this is what we use in your marketing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, this is where, this is like, this is big. It's like, I'm not the kind of person to do the big thing. It's like, this is where I hear like the word compounding confidence. And it's like, okay, it's like the kind of person that does the big thing. If you see yourself as the kind of person that does the big thing, guess how that person who does the big thing happens? It's by the person who does the small thing over and over and over again, and it compounds. You see what I
Right.
mean?
Yes.
So it's like, and I know I usually avoid using the same word, like compounding confidence, like, but like, I think the compounding confidence, like, and this is where we can keep it a little bit more broad, like to, because it's not like necessarily a method, it's not necessarily a system.
I think it is a process though, like you're
I think it is
building.
a process.
Yeah.
I literally was just about to write process. I was like, "Ugh, we are rolling on the same wavelength today." But it's like, yeah, so it's like the compounding, it's like the definitive decision-making protocol, your achievement path, the compounding confidence process. Like, oh, I love all of these. I'm like, yes. It's like the bigger why is like why do they want to have confidence? Why is this compounding confidence effect process? Why is that going to help them?
I mean, it'll help them do everything that they want to do. Like it
Mhm.
will help them, it'll drive, what am I trying to say?
Effect. Reds.
Mhm.
Thrive. Change areas. Too.
Yes.
This is so good. I'm like, I love this. What about the 3-year vision? Do they know where their life is going 3 years from now? Same old, same old.
Right. Because if they don't plan it, it's not gonna happen. They're just gonna, yeah.
It's like, I would say that your people probably like, this is the category for all my people. It was a 1. When I was like, what's your 10-year plan? They were
Mhm.
like, I have no fucking clue. They're like, maybe it was like, this was, and that's why it's the best to leave it the last. You know what I mean? Because then you're gonna be like, yeah, it's like, it's like, this is like no idea where I'm going. And for you, it'll be like, it's probably just gonna be the same. It's like this is same old, same old. Don't really like, it's like I can see some things I would love to create, but I have no idea how it's gonna happen.
Right.
Does that sound about right?
Mhm.
Okay. It's like, so it's like with you, when you're coaching them, do you go through the wheel of life with them?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. It's like, so it's like, where do you want to be 3 months from now? They want, it's like with your 3-year vision, what do you want? What would they say?
Um, I would say they will probably say they want to be in a better place in
Mm-hmm.
their life. And part of the work would be defining what that better place looks like. That will help them going through this process will help them get the vision of what that better place looks like, where that is, or where
Yep.
they think that is. And then all of those steps,
Mm-hmm.
direction, um the confidence, all of it will help them get there, like all of the steps above.
For their future and their life. Okay, so what do we need to call this one? We can even call it like the wheel of life. But it's like people might know that already. People might already have that as an idea.
Mhm.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Life map.
life mapping method.
Yes.
Like the something it's like the life mappings. Do we have path, protocol, path, process,
Guide.
the life map guide. Life mapping, I really like.
Hmm.
Maybe we just call it life mapping.
Yeah.
It's like I can teach you life mapping. Because that's where it's like it doesn't necessarily like I think that's clear enough. And it's like I'm gonna teach you life mapping. It's this tool, this skill of like learning how to like envision your future. And I want you to be able to see what you want for your future and know what direction your life is going in.
Yes.
Dude, this is so good. What are your thoughts right now?
I love it. I really do. I like it. And I think I can build. I mean, I think that that is it. And it's a little bit bringing me back to where I started. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like a while back, which is really like what lights me up.
I think so too.
Mhm.
It's okay if we think about this, okay? So I want you to change your webinar, not change the webinar, not like the whole webinar, but I want you for this, it's Curate Your Confidence, right? That's like which is like such a badass name. And the activity in it. Can you share with me is like, I want to help you to take that Curate Your Confidence and tie in this
Right.
to it.
So maybe we to think about the
Like, and
the
it doesn't need to be anything you change in your marketing. It doesn't, it's like just the shift of you is going to be plenty. Okay.
right.
It's like, just like, it doesn't need to be anything jazzy, but it's like literally just like you thinking about it. We can change the end slides and that's it. Like, we don't need to change any of your marketing beforehand. It's just that when you go into it, you're going to be thinking about people who want to curate their confidence specifically for goals. So it's like, how would that shift the way you're showing up for it?
Um yeah, I guess I mean it would shift a little bit like what I'm talking about. Like when you're confident, you can make anything happen. Like you can your confidence can create talk about that. Your confidence can create the vision that you have for your life, which I
Yeah,
think I have in there.
you already do, but do you see the way that you're talking about shifts?
Yes.
And then at the end of when you're selling it, you're going to be like, it's like confidence is a huge piece of curating your life. However, I want your next 90 days to be unrecognizable. I want you to look back on these next 90 days and be like, wow, this is when I really like got it, not to be like Coach Beaky, but like the driver's seat of my life. It's like I want to help you take back the reins. The fun fact, there are close to 90 days left of 2023. I want it to be the most memorable year that you can imagine.
Yes.
You see the shift? It's like last 3 months of 2023 count for the next 3 years your life. What is your activity with the confidence?
So I was just gonna have I might have them just kind of visualize what they want. I needed to work on that and I have not like I hadn't decided on the 3 years, I mean the 3 years, the activity. So I need to visualize that some.
Let's
Think
do
about
that.
that.
Let's talk about it. Because again, unless you have to go, do you need to go right now?
No,
Okay, awesome. I was like, let's talk about the activity. I was like, we've got time. So what is the current, do you have the outline?
yes.
I'm gonna stop sharing, or if you could put it in the chat, that would be awesome. But I'm so excited for you. Think about like all the people who need goal setting and achievement. Like it's like I think really having this new, it's just like a shift of your focus. And that's what this
Yes.
is, always shifting and getting better every time. But I really do think that this is going to be like when you're at the networking events, you're like, oh yeah, I'm a goal achievement coach. I help people accomplish their goals in life and in life in their career, whatever.
Yeah, I think it'll be I think that is easier to talk about.
Hmm. It's like I typically work on it's like, it's like when you're talking with them, you can be like, oh, it's like it's like, what are you thinking for like the last couple months of 2023? It's like, here's what I want to accomplish. What are you like for you? What's your next 90-day goal? It's like, oh, it's like I'm working on doing this and I'm doing this. Like those are the things that I'm doing for my business, like or life. It's like, what is your 90-day goal?
Well, here it is. Okay.
Awesome. This is I'm so glad this is recording. I really do think this is gonna be like, because I think everyone, like anyone else who wants to revamp their pillars, now that you've had a chance, but the thing is, it's like so many people are scared to even just dabble with the pillars. It's like if you can just dive in, then it comes clear as you go.
Mhm.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And you see how this is like, this was my 3-year plan. It's like I knew that, do you see, tie it back and be like, it's like I knew that 3 years from now I didn't want to be working and I knew I had to start with that this year.
Right. Yeah.
Awesome. And it's like, okay, the definition of confidence, it's like, so it's like building confidence. Okay, good. Confidence is key. It's like, so do you see how confidence is key? It's like, I'm just gonna put this to achieving your goals. Because I'm a goal achievement coach. Do you see how it's just like, and I'm just gonna highlight it in purple. Like, oh, it's like, so I want you to know, it's like, so I want you to, it's like, in these plans, look, you've been saying it all along. It's just now that when we have the word goals, I think it's just like even clearer. It's like, oh, you already, okay, I'm gonna highlight mine in purple so you know what words I'm doing,
Okay.
just so you can see. Okay, I was like, is there any more okay, perfect. Okay, so it's like, so it's like, it's like to achieving your goals, and it's like, I want you to curate. Let's go to the activity. It's like, but I want it to be like something like by the end of this, it like at the end of this hour, I want you to curate the confidence to create incredible things in the next 90 days. So maybe it's not like curate, it's like, oh no, it's like see how curating your confidence will shift what you're creating in the next 90 days.
Yes. Yes.
See? Okay, so it's like
And so maybe the exercise can be like, what do you want to do and what's holding you back?
yes. Okay, well, And I think it's like this is a doobie. Yeah. Here, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. The feeling of new discomfort for here, it's like I want to. This is what you're doing more on the coaching calls.
Okay.
Do you see that? It's like you're going to teach them how to feel discomfort, but so it's like, okay, so I think that like this is like what I've been learning, and I'm still like in the process of learning so much about it. Like, I think what could take this webinar from like really good, because it's like they don't want to feel negative emotion. They want and like think about, they want to. It's like, have you ever, there was a podcast that Jody Moore did like in like 2018, and it was about like the 4 steps to goal achievement. And it was like the first one is like in this believing and excited. And the second one is you actually try it and you suck. And the third one is you try and suck and you're like a little bit better. And the fourth is you actually master it. It's the 4 stages of skill set mastery, but it's like you're taking them to right to 2. I want you to keep them in 1. I want you to
Okay.
keep the vision of like, I want you to see, like, it's like, I want you to picture one area of your life, right? It's like, I want you to take it and like, I want you to think about like, if that, like, what is your goal? Like, it's like the confidence. It's like yeah. Okay. So this is beautiful. Save this shit, use this shit in your Google Classroom and things like that. But then this is where, okay. And it's still, you can talk about like the fixed to growth mindset. And I still think this is like so important, but like being like growth mindset comes from the 3-year plan. It's like this comes from the 3-year the 3-year vision's confidence. So it's like, do you see what I'm saying? It's like we're bringing it back to like, it's like this is like, it's like there are 2 different mindsets that people go about with their goals. Fixed mindset is from you in the past, you in the past and present. We've got to get to a 3-year version of you, and you're, yep. I think this is, so we're just gonna, instead of taking it from the feelings, it's like we want to have them feeling. This is like, we want to touch on it, but we don't want to harp on it. So it's like we want to talk about like confidence as like the growth mindset. How do you develop a growth mindset? It's from, yep. Hot friends, I love it. Like, yeah.
And that's what we took out before.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like similar. It's like this, we want to actually kind of keep now that we're switching to goals. And it's like,
So,
yep.
and maybe it could just be that one activity at the end. Like now that you know all of this, what would you have your 30-year, not your 30-year, your 90-day plan B for the rest of the year?
Yep. And you could even just do like the it's like, so go, okay, so being like, it's like, I want you to think about how 3 months at a time, choose the next 3 years of your life. And I feel like this is cool if you go on it quickly. So I'd just like be like, touch on it, move, and then being like, okay, here we are doing the right thing, have that certainty. It's like we have to become, this is still the doobie, or still the have, or it's like do have,
Do have be.
Yeah, versus the be, do, have. So it's like this, it's still the same thing. It's just compounding on it.
Hmm.
It's like, okay, so what it's like, I don't know what it's like that. Okay, but it's like if you're here, it's like I want you to think about the kind of it's like what is your goal for the next 30 days? It's like I want you to become that person on this call. That person has what's called a growth mindset. It's like so instead of like talking about this stuff, yep. And so it's like that's where you're gonna be like, it's like, yeah, it's like, and by the way, fear will come in. It's like just knowing that. That's why it's a practiced shift to your confident 90-day self. It's like, what is your confident 90-day self? Your 90-day self has overcome that fear. So it's like, and like even the activity of like what you've been doing this whole month and being like, I literally like you could even share the what would my future self be thinking, doing, and advice. What if you're like the past 30 days? I've been focusing on becoming my future self and like developing this. I've been posting in to my coach. I've been telling my coach about it. So first off, that's going to build them trust. Like coaches get coaching.
Right.
I invest in what I talk about. And I, you know, I'm like saying it's like, so it's like, then they're going to be like, oh, this is how I figured it out. And it's like, this is really shifted. It's shifted actually my whole business to being just curate your life, to curate your confidence. And I'm now like realizing that my future self is a goal achievement coach. So that I've shifted my whole business to be that 3 year from now version of me. I want to do that for you. It's like, if you can just picture this, you're seeing it. It's like, because you're doing it right now.
Right. Yes.
And I would say that that's your activity. Be like, okay, it's like, I just want you to see the version of you that you want to be 3 months from now. And I want you to like picture that version of you. And I want you to ask yourself these questions. It's like, I want you to be like, what would that future self be thinking, doing today, and advice. And it's like, this has literally shifted my entire business. And then you can talk about the shift in your business, you know, with that, it can be like a seamless
Right.
transition. You know, it's like, doing this with my coach for the past 30 days, and my business is completely unrecognizable. It's like I changing to focus on goal achievement, and I know that's where my business will be 3 years from now. I want to give this to you. And you
Yes.
could talk about this like it's like and what I would do is I would seed this and I'd be like seed this way at the beginning. And I would be like, today, it's like I've been doing this activity with my coach for the past 30 days. And it has literally changed the course of my business. I'll be talking with that about that more at the end, but I want to create this for you. I'm so glad that you're here. I know it's going to change things. It's going to be awesome. Okay, so from there, I want to talk this, you know what's fun? It's like, do you just know your thoughts about it? Because it's like, when I'm looking at this, I'm like, that tells me a little something about how you felt about the call to action at the end. What do you think about this? Okay, I can't hear you. Maybe I can.
No, I'm
So it's like, it's interesting that we've spent so much time on the content, but
right.
we want to like really vamp it up. And I think that you were holding back in this area because you weren't as confident about this. But now
Gotcha.
about this, you're going to be like, oh yeah. It's like,
Yes.
these are the new, it's like, this is completely new. I'm announcing this to you guys right now. It's like, as a goal achieve, it's like, this is my, it's like my confidence coming out party. It's like being like, I am like, this is the shifting of the Curate Your Life program has shifted within the past 30 days because of this exercise I've been doing. And now I'm going to be focusing on goal setting. So it's like if you have a 90-day goal that you really want to, it's like that you're ready to accomplish so that you can look back on the next 3 years of your life by 2026 and be like, this is the year that things change. I would love to be your coach. I'm going to teach you how to get direction. I'm going to teach you how to plan. I'm going to give you the confidence to get there. And we're going to create that 3-year vision and really ingrain in it so that your life won't just change 3 months from now, but 3 years from now.
I like it.
I love this.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Right. And then you can be like, it's like for those of you that haven't done a consult, it can be like, it's like, I know it can feel funky, but it's literally, I'm just going to talk you through how I would help you shift for the next 90 days. You can take that and run with it. And I can also give you an opportunity to see just how I could help you get there. But I would be like, every single one of you, just the fact that you're taking this hour to think about who you're becoming and thinking about like, it's like, I already know that you guys are destined for amazing things. And I'm just honored to be along for the ride. Please keep me posted about your visions. And again, if you would love, like, I would love to do a consult with you. I think it'd be awesome. Sign up to work with me. Do you see that shift? It's like,
Yes.
you're like, holy shit. It's like, I've been able to do this myself. I know I can do this for you. I've been able to see the shift. Like, it's like even that's where you're like, even just doing this prompt every day would be amazing. But I wouldn't take it's like, that's where the good to great can be really helpful. Be like, your life, think about already, your life is already so good. You're watching this video. It's like, your life is so good. And I would love to just be the cherry on top and to take you to the next level. I want to help you take you to the next level of your life. And that starts with that starts with curating your life this year. Let's take the next 3 months to work together. How does that feel now?
That's good. I like that.
Yeah.
That's so like wrapping it up in a neater bow.
Yeah. And even if you're just adding a couple stories or things like that and being like, you guys, this is the thing. I didn't realize it until today, but this is something that has completely shifted my business. I'm going to do a huge announcement at this webinar. I want you to be there. So like, be there live. It's like, come for the replay. But I know that the shift that I've made in my business because of the activity that I'm teaching you on September 13th is going to change your life for the next, like, it's literally already changed the next 3 years of my life. And I know it can do the same for you. I've literally become a different person in the past 30 days, and I know you can too.
Awesome. That's good. That is good. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I like
I'm
that.
very excited about this. I'm going to put the outline. I'll just do it like I'll do it as a view only. So,
Okay.
well, you already have this. I was like, but I'm just going to put this, if anyone else, you guys can see these. It's like the outline. I was like, but I have your new pillars here. Okay. There, I put your new pillars here in the bottom of this document. And I put it here at the bottom of this document. So you
Okay.
can find these new pillars. If you have any questions, how are you feeling now? Do you feel like complete?
Yes, I feel good.
Good.
Yeah, I want to go in and do some more work. So I think I'm going to do this a little bit differently and not do slides, just like
Okay.
talk and be with the people.
Yep.
I mean, I could do slides, but I've always done that. And I don't know if it'll get more interaction if it's just me and the people. Uh-oh.
You guys still have Wi-Fi? Can you see me and hear me?
I can.
So weird. I was like, oh, I think because I asked to share it, it was like,
Oh, gotcha.
no. But I think that all my edits are still here. Yep, all my edits are still here. Your new pillars are still here. So,
Okay.
and they're here too. So,
Yeah, I see everything.
but yeah, I
think.
think this is so good. I'm so excited for you to like, as the goal achievement coach.
Yes, I love it.
Goals.
I love it. And I could just, I mean, because, and then, so then in my mind, I'm like, I gotta go change everything right now. But I don't. Like, I can slowly change my website. I can slowly like change whatever. So,
But just know that like you just shifting is going to be enough to bring in your people. And these 4 new people, guess what they want to do? Carry their goals
yes.
in their life.
Yeah.
And now you can see them and you can be like, and now you can be talking to people and being like, hey, it's like my goal for the next, like, it's like, these are some goals that I've been setting for the next 3 months. It's like, my goal is to like sign a couple new clients. This is my relationship goal. And like, you could talk about it in the wheel of life. You can be like, here's what I'm doing for my relationship goal. And you can talk about that stuff within your copy or just having these conversations with people.
Right.
And being like, for me, for curating my life right now, it's like going through a lot of big life changes right now. So I'm focusing on curating my business because it's a really big shift. But I knew I was going to do that within this next 90 days. And then 90 days later, I'll have new goals. And like, it's going to be really good. I think it's going to make your conversation so much more fun and authentic too.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's good.
You're
So you're doing this next group starting in October, and then you're doing another one starting in January.
So it's going to be in November. I'm going to launch the next one and then it's going to start in December. Yeah, I just found that out last week. I figured out my dates. I was like, okay, it was like, you'll love this because you're a planner like me. And it was driving me absolutely insane not to know the dates I was launching. I was like, because I was just like so perplexed. I literally like messaged, I was like, I've sent so many messages. I was like, I figured it out. I was like, I actually figured out the dates that I'm going to be launching because it didn't make sense until someone sent me a spreadsheet and I was like, oh, this makes sense. So here's what it's going to be 2023. I'm going to launch because I wanted to launch 4 times next year.
Okay.
And so it's like, this is the up in the air. And like, I'm not sure when this is going to happen, but it's like this is like track 1 and 2. Like I used to teach school and there was year-round school. So it's like, this is going to be track 1, the one that you've been in for the past 2 rounds. And then round 2 is going to start in November, but nobody knows about that. So keep it like, it's like hush hush, but like, yeah, that's
So like the second part of this track.
so this is going to be a whole different group. It's going to be from 1 to 3 on Tuesdays.
1, 2, 3. Oh, I got you. So you'll have 2 groups going through through the same thing. So do you have a minute?
Mm-hmm.
You want to stop recording? Like we can make this.
Yeah, I got you. I was like, that was good for everybody to know.